Hi Scorpio, welcome to your Teen Tarot reading. We are Fire and Water Infinity. This month we are doing a 10 card Celtic cross for you guys, showing you the energies and outcomes in a month of number 4. At the end we pull from an oracle deck. This month we're doing the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron, and it either caps off your reading or gives a little bit of a little disclaimer. We have family over for the holidays. There's like a little holiday party going on, so you hear noise in the background. We apologize ahead of time. But we are so late with doing everybody's videos. We just had to do them today. Okay? So we're still taking our time with your, don't think that we're rushing anything. We just wanted to make sure we completed some today. Alright, so we're going to get right into it. So your main focus, the central issue for you guys this month is the 10 of Wands. You're feeling overburdened right now, Scorpio. Feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. You are almost at the completion of something, but you're so busy, focusing on getting there and, wanting the end to come, that's all you can see right now. Keeping your nose to the grindstone. A lot of you be overburdened with work. Overburdened with other people's problems, overburdened with your own problems, whatever it is. You guys really need a break.
Precisely. Look, guys, Scorpio. No wands. Something is eating away at your energy. Something has been draining you. You are being murked. You see, something is keeping you stagnant, and we're going to get to the bottom of this. Now, this thing, it's here to also show you how you can improve. So not only as something, I think it's spirit coming in the form of justice to help this situation out, but this situation is happening for further growth, further transformation, which you guys are natural at doing. So let's see further into this reading.
So you do have the Justice card. It's either a challenger or a help. So as a challenge right now, there's a disconnect with your heart and your head. There's a disconnect possibly between you and spirit. And that's what happens when there's a disconnect between. Might be focused on one more than the other. Might be too focused in the cerebral realm that we're ignoring what our heart is telling us, or vice versa. So right now you may be feeling like you're unfairly being dumped on by the universe, and it's making this trek that you're going through right now even more laborious. You're feeling like it's taking you forever. The more you pity your situation instead of bossing up to do something about it, the more it feels like it's taking too long. Now, as a challenge, is if you put your foot down and step into your power and realize that you don't have to carry the world on your shoulders. You can delegate some of your problems to other people. You can start letting go, start working on yourself, and you wouldn't be as overburdened.
Yeah, this is very true. You see, once you balance, which I see if we peek into the other cards in this reading, you will with temperance as who you are. You will get there. So let's see what is going to motivate this initial burst as the Justice card, which once again is gonna be this inspiration in yourself. Might be from a synchronicity, somebody that helps you, walk in with spirit or something like that, a reading. You're going to be led on a specific path that is going to heal you this month. Now, Prince of Pentacles is supporting you on this journey. And the Prince of Pentacles naturally goes through journeys and collects all the information and dots their I's and crosses their T's and knows exactly what to do. So you guys have all the tools you need to survive this transformation period for Ember right now.
For a lot of you guys, you feel like you're stuck. Seeing that Ten of Pentacles, feel like you're going nowhere. That you've made a lot of plans, you put them in place, but things are growing so slowly. But like he said, the Prince of Pentacles, things are happening. He's plodding along. I know, like he seems to be stuck on the ground, but one of the hooves are up compared to some of the other knights. He might be slower, but that's because he is, he pays attention. He cares. He puts a lot of care into whatever he's working on, whatever he's building. And like I said, you might be feeling, I've been working on this forever. There's no end in sight. A lot of you are bogged down in the details right now, and it's stressing you out. But the good thing about us doing the pre-spread, we see your future. You have nothing to worry about. Okay, so recent past.
Yeah, so the whole point of this Prince of Pentacles is you guys are growing through the journey. Nobody just wants to pop into the destination's end, right? No one wants to just transform and wake up one day and everything is different. They want to actually experience the journey. And every prince in the tarot archetype is headed to being the king, right? So the Prince of Pentacles is a more grounded way of doing this, but with that Ten of Wands from earlier, I feel like this is a good thing for you guys to have this grounded, practical way of moving towards what seems to be a very promising future.
So in your recent past, you have the Three of Wands. Your focus might have been on the future again. When we're in this energy where we feel like we're being held back by forces beyond our control, and it can seem like other people have the things that we're trying to attain, but at a faster rate. We have no idea what their story is, or what their destiny is, and why that's working out for them. So the important thing is to focus on our story. So in the recent past, you have been, waiting for your ships to come. You were like, when is it my turn? I am tired of the doldrum, the dull every day. Wake up, brush teeth, eat breakfast, go to work. I'm tired of living this dull life. And the thing is, you don't have to. Don't burden yourself more than you can shake up your life. You don't have to stay. If this is career for some of you, you don't have to stay in a career that focuses you to just focus on the future instead of enjoying the now. So I feel like a lot of you guys, you did, turn your attention outward more into what's going to happen in the distant future rather than what's happening now.
And that's a very good thing, guys. You have a outlook, you have a vision. See, a lot of us forget when we think about what we want, when we, imagine a future, we're actually creating it as we speak. The world starts to line up with what we envision. And this is what you guys did in the past. So keep in mind, this position is your recent past. So take a look at how the initial card for this reading was the Ten of Wands. It starts off rough, right? You guys seems like a lot is going on with you guys, the weight of the world. But let me remind you, that is usually the beginnings of something amazing about to happen. Like I said, but you guys have been scripting. When we say scripting, we mean you have been planting seeds. You have been making vision boards, even if it's in your mind. And so that will bring energies like the No Wands that will facilitate in the shaking up. That's why you have Justice as well. And the shaking up of your life from whatever stagnant position it was before you started being a visionary. So this is why we starting off with the Wands. And presently, you are the King of Cups. You know this. For one thing, you're already on this video, and you're on a special channel where we focus on all aspects of your life, not just one. And you're getting a peek at your future right now. So you are being very, what's the word I'm looking for? Spiritual. So, what more do you have to say about the King of Cups?
And this is you guys right now. Like he said, you know what you're going through. You have these burdens, but you are not letting it take over you. You're not losing control of your emotions. This is you. The King of Cups is fixed water. It is the Scorpio card. So you're in your power. You're in your energy right now. You're drawing on what makes Scorpio so great.
Intuitive.
Yes,
that's the
very
word.
Very intuitive. So even if your world seems out of whack right now, you know it's not always going to be that way. Yeah. You are very rooted in spirit. Some of you need to work on some solar plexus issues. There's yellow.
That line?
I think working on your solar plexus chakra right now will help benefit you guys. Confidence. Exactly, and it will help get you out of this rut that you feel like in if you work on that. Do your research. This is he's a healer. The King of Cups, he's very healing energies, a therapist to me. People come, so I'm saying you might be overburdened with other people's problems right now. You know, learn how to separate, have this right here, learn how to separate other people's issues that they're throwing at you with your own. Don't take on more than you need to right now.
Yeah, so guys, pass me the King of Cups real quick. I want to show him some.
Oh, sorry.
So, that line, as well as working on your solar plexus, which will aid in what I'm about to say, which was a good point. You have to understand that when you are intuitive, you will be guided to that pot of gold, so to speak, right? There's an actual line guiding us in the spirit realm when we connect. And from the past, when you were planting these seeds, initiated all of this. That's why now you're the King of Cups, and you have the ability to just follow your instincts, follow your intuition to that future that in the recent past that you were envisioning.
In the near future, you guys have the Prince of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. Very sensitive individual. I feel in the near future, as you can see the antenna around her hair, you guys will be getting some very intense downloads. Yep. If, like I said, some of you have had that disconnect with the heart and the head, that's going to mend. You are going to be very in touch with your spirituality. And as you see, this cup is full of a rainbow. Maybe working on all your chakras. I don't know, for some of you that might help right now. Yeah. The spiritual messages and downloads that you will be receiving can help you with unburdening yourself, burdening your heart. You might be holding on to so many of your problems and not sharing it with anybody else. It might be time to talk to someone, talk to a counselor, talk to a friend who can help you. Scorpio, y'all are so secretive. I have a good Scorpio friend who kept like a huge secret for years that I did not know about. And y'all are good at keeping things to yourself. It was something that was like a burden to this person. And, you know, that's what happens because you're so protective of yourself and of your energy. And when you do that, you hold everything in. And it ends up making your path harder sometimes. So I think that you are going to surrender to spirit and the messages that you receive help you lift your burdens.
Yeah. That's always a good thing. You'll be following that tether that we talked about in the King of Cups that will guide you to becoming more vulnerable not in a weak way, in a empowering way that will have you getting your cups filled with not just any type of water. This is a spiritual substance. So very good.
So this is you guys, the month of December. You are the
Temperance.
Temperance card. Again, you are on a healing journey, right? Ooh, I don't want to keep saying overburdened. You took a little lot. Okay? It might not even be in the month, but this might have been carrying forth for months. But now you're at your breaking point. You didn't realize how much you have taken on. So this month you are about balancing your energy, like the Justice card shows and the Temperance shows. You're about taking care of nurturing self, dipping your toes in the spirit realm if you have been avoiding that, if you're too focused on everyday life, the dullness of everyday life, then it's prompting you. You are a water sign, you are spirit. And I think sometimes you guys can forget that and try to ignore who you really are, which is spirit. So this month, I see you, it's a rebirth of sorts because this comes right after your card, comes right after the death card, and it's when you're feeling brand new in your power.
Is correct. See, what she's saying is true. A water sign's ability to be honest with themselves and others in their environment will mimic that of the counseling of something pure like spirit. So the ability that you are harnessing right now from this transformation will look like what temperance is looking like, new facets, multiple layers, multifaceted ways of being will come up for you. You will be more intuitive, you will be more psychic, and these things will enable you to aid your own life and others around you.
And now your environment. You guys have Three of Swords. For some of you, people in your environment are very broken right now. And that's why I say you be taking on energies that have nothing to do if you're not grounding and protecting those. So you be dealing with people who are going through some kind of heartbreak, some kind of disconnect hearts. Your environment may not be, conducive to who you are, who you're trying to be, not be the best for your healing right now. Maybe you need to do something, take some things out, add some things in. Whatever the environment right now is kind of, on the depressing side. It's not the happiest.
Yeah, whatever your environment is on some level what you're putting out. So to, you know, aid that, it would be beneficial to first separate from this environment, small ways or big ways, whatever you'll feel pulled to do. Maybe take a little bit more time to meditate alone until you start getting your energy back, and you'll start seeing your environment shift as well.
Now the advice, you guys have the Queen of Cups. I love the Queen of Cups in this deck because in other decks she's the beauty queen. She's the sweet, pleasant beauty, but this is the raw in your face, legs spread, which
You sure?
yeah, if we want to get to like stereotypes of
It's that little
Scorpio.
Kim.
It's not a, yeah, exactly. It's not a stereotype. Y'all are sex. Y'all are eighth house. So advice is to embody that raw sexual energy that you guys have. Sexual energy is great for creativity, and creativity is needed if you're feeling like you're stuck in a rut, if things aren't changing for you. This queen's energy, this sensuality, embody that. Be fully sexual, empowered Scorpio. Be shamelessly Scorpio right now because that energy can help lift you out of this rut.
Precisely. Sexual energy is very potent as the one of the main energy bodies we pull from. The eighth house is the occult. That's where a lot of people do their magic, and it's associated with sex, right? So the Queen of Cups to me tells me that you're going to be using everything we talked about. As presently you're getting more intuitive with the King of Cups, and in the near future you're diving even deeper into a feminine cup holder, which is a princess. So that's yin and yin until you'll become the Queen of Cups, basically saying to me that you'll become a master of this spiritual energy that you possess. Now, I'm also feeling that even if you're a male or a female, it doesn't matter watching this. Maybe it's important to protect your sexual energy a bit this month. You know, practice a little bit of semen retention, a little bit of yoni exercise, yogic practices involving the these areas. So, yeah.
All right, so as an outcome, you guys have the Seven of Pentacles. There is nothing to worry about. You have been waiting for things, your ships to come in, right? You've been focusing on the future. And I believe this month you guys will have a little relief. You will have evidence that the energies that you've been working on, that you've been waiting on to come to fruition is here for you. You will have solid proof, because Pentacles is proof. It's solid. It's earth. It's something you can touch. So, you know, that focus that you had on the future, you waiting on your ships to come in, you're going to get a little taste of that. You might not get the full 10 of Pentacles right now, but it will be enough to sustain you and to give you hope and to help unburden you a little bit so you can be open to receive the rest.
And you guys are fixed already, so even if this isn't a fast thing, which I do see it as being fast, where this reading is talking about the energies of just 8 or so days, right? So you guys are going to come face to face with everything that you have suspected, because if you're watching this right now, you've had the inclination to dive into a world that involves believing in the occult. So, as the present card states, King of Cups, Temperance, as who you actually are right now, your near future, Princess of Cups, Spirit's advice as Queen of Cups, you will start seeing that the past seeds that you planted that involve a certain amount of, I feel like the seed that you planted is you wanted to feel what it felt to have a magical reality again, with all this water in the reading, right? And the Seven of Pentacles, you're gonna end up seeing something that will crystallize this magic realm that you have been creating. There's no going back, guys.
Right, so the topper, the Page of Pentacles. So more proof. For some people, some money will be coming in. There's a lot of Pentacle cards here. Money you've been waiting on. It might not be the full shebang, but like I say, it's enough to give you promise, to give you hope, to show you. Some of you might be starting new jobs. Whatever it is, the Page of Pentacles is a very beautiful card. Very beautiful energy coming in for you guys. Pregnant with promise, showing you, and underneath the sun, a beautiful card to have. Pregnant with promise, as you can see the vine growing out of her head. You guys you're getting a little relief, a little nudge from the universe. And like he said, you know, you're going to believe again if you have been doubting, you know, that this spiritual world really exists. You know it exists. You might try to, you know, put yourself into the quote-unquote real world to ignore that it exists, but you're a water sign. You can never escape it.
Yeah, man, you guys are going to start feeling empowered again in the realm that you dwell in. You know, that you have been feeling have been the wrong utilization of your scorpionic energy. You're learning from that. That's why it started off this way. Keeping in mind that things happen to us for us, not to us. So you're learning that it never has to get to that bird type of energy. So you're becoming the King of Cups. You're embodying temperance. You're living a Queen of Cups type life.
I love Scorpio, I really do. I've been raised by a lot of Scorpio women in life. But one thing I noticed about you guys, you will take the hard route. You will punish yourselves, take on more than you should just to prove that you can sometimes, or to hurt others if you're like really low vibing. But okay, I'm gonna do a quick recap before we pull the Oracle card. So, taking on more than you can handle, feeling like you have an unfair place in the world right now, like more burdens are on you, like you have the harder route in life. You are a very karmic sign, being, the eighth sign of the zodiac, but you don't have to live out that karma
Could be
taking
good karma.
on. Yeah, it could be good karma. You could be working on your karma to improve things in this life. Scorpio is a very refreshing sign to be around. Okay, so what's challenging you right now is not knowing how to get out of this energy, not reconciling your heart and your head, not listening to your intuition. For some of you, you are gaining your power back. You're stepping up to the plate, so this will actually help you out of this burdened state. Some of you be feeling like finances are coming in too slow and you have too much to deal with financially. You have more bills, more responsibilities than you can handle. Some of you are just feeling stuck in the day to day, and it's, you know, making the days feel longer and dredging on, and it made you focus more on manifesting what you really want, seeing your world change, seeing your ships come in to get you out of this energy and stuck in the mud. And right now, you guys need to work on your solar plexus. You are almost, you're very accepting of where you are right now, even if you're not exactly happy. You have this emotional maturity about you, especially on the outside. On the inside, you could be a nerd. You could be feeling this Ten of Wands energy, but showing everybody a strong front. Work on your solar plexus. For some of you, work on that solar plexus chakra right now. Listen to some YouTube meditations, do some balancing of your chakra. In the near future, you guys will have spiritual messages to help you figure out how to get out of this energy, help show you that your ships are coming in. You don't have to just keep focusing on the future. You can enjoy the now. You're very connected with the spirit realm. And if you just open your heart, open your mind to it, just be the natural water sign that you are, it will be effortless for you. Things will work out better. You won't feel as burdened. You guys are balancing yourselves. You are opening to spirit. I see you accepting the intuitions, the downloads with no problem. You are renewing yourself. You are at the end of that Ten of Wands, and you're coming out a brand new person, somebody who's ready to take on the world. Your environment will not be conducive to your growth right now. There could be a lot of negativity, broken people whose energy is leaking into yours. You being a water sign, learn how to shield and protect yourself. Work on all your chakras again. Start balancing. Advice: go into your full Scorpio sexual energy. Own that energy. Use it for creativity. Also, like he said, protect your sexual energy. Learn retention. Learn how to be discerning with who you share your sexual energy. It's very empowering. It's very potent, and people can take advantage of that and leech off of it. You guys will definitely get
Evolution.
yeah, exactly. You guys will get proof of what you've been manifesting. You guys will
See the seeds that you planted grow. Show them that Seven of Pentacles again. You see it, right? I've been talking about seeds since, the future planted. And so you guys are seeing that come to fruition. And it's not just any flower, it's you, right?
Exactly. Open to spirit. What plans you have right now, they be large. Think of it that way, they be large. And you don't want a quick fix. You want something that's going to last. Something that will last generations. Something that will last you for the rest of your life. Whatever seed you are planting right now. That's why it may take a little longer. It feel like your journey's a little harder, a little longer, but something beautiful is definitely coming from that. All right, so oracle card. Let's see what does. Hey, dry desert. Remember, this is either advice or a cap off. Let's see. Dig deep for inspiration and truth. Now is the time to become resilient and adaptable. Don't be so fixed. All right. Is your life presenting you with opportunities that seem to yield nothing? Have your ideas dried up? Does it feel like you're on an endless journey through a hot, dry, lifeless desert? I promise you, I just pulled this. Look at this card. That's exactly what it feels like for you guys. You feel like your inspiration is dried up. You feel like, where's the end in sight? Where's the oasis? This card reminds you that there are times when you're meant to become resilient as you journey through harsher circumstances. You're being required to conserve your energy until after consistent effort, you reach the oasis you're searching for. Consider the creatures that live in these conditions. They have adapted to thrive in spite of their outer environment. In a desert, water essential for life can be found deep underground. All other deep, still waters, come on. Go within yourself now. Find your truth there. Let spirit sustain you while you locate the real source. Whatever it is you're asking about will not be found in the conditions you're in until the conditions you're in, your environment, this broken, uninspiring environment that you're in, until you move past the surface of things and choose to do the real work and discover the answers deep within you. This may not seem like the most productive time, but looks are deceiving. This is the most important place to find what's truly right for you. So if you feel like you are being stopped by the universe or saying it's for a reason, you are built of stronger stuff and you guys are just, you're feeling like, oh, this is karma. This is the way life is. I am, saddled with unfair burdens. Things take a long time to play out for me. This is just the way it is. And spirits, they come on. You're made of bigger stuff than that. You have a connection to us. You're deeply connected with us. We want you to pull out that full creation that is within to build your life. Bring that rose to life in the desert. You can do that. Bring out the beauty in the unhappy environment that you're in. Don't let your environment influence what you can really do, because you can do a lot.
Exactly. This dry desert, it's a catalyst. It was said in the actual oracle card itself that this is going to toughen you up. Now, in Sagittarius season, we all have been just past the transformation of a Scorpio season. We're looking out from our newfound transformation to see what is left. And you guys are still, you guys are scorpionic in this season itself. And I can see where you ask, where is my transformation? Again, yet it's happening right under your nose. And it's ready to go. So guys, just to wrap it up, we have a brand new moment for you guys to see all our videos, and we're going to show you that in the description. Peace.